I love it and I'm quite biased, but tell me a little bit about how popular exactly SharePoint is.
It's really popular. You know, I mean, it's very, very popular. And just to give you a sense of how popular it is, I don't know if popular is the right word, but how much it's being adopted. We have upwards of 4,000 partners that are SharePoint partners. About 10% of those are ISVs and the rest are system integrators. And we expect that number to double with the SharePoint 2010 release. It gives you an order of magnitude in terms of how big the community is. From a customer perspective, there are way upwards of 17,000 customers. If you translate that to actual users, you're looking at potentially, millions and millions of actual users that use SharePoint, right? With each customer having hundreds to thousands of employees or partners, that's a lot of people. And then the developer statistic is really interesting. We have hundreds of thousands of developers who've done something with SharePoint over the last year or so. And again, that's a number we expect to double as well with this release. So it's been really popular, and not just on the enterprise, like behind the firewall, but we have thousands of customers that use SharePoint for its .com website.
Yeah. And that's something that's been really big at the conference.
Yeah.
I actually went to a Voice of the Client with a government body and I found a real convergence between the web developer and the SharePoint developer, because they have to use very different techniques to develop for the internet. It's about using design and using SEO and being able to have very rich graphical user interfaces. So tell me a little bit about, because I know we both share a passion for content management systems. Tell me a little bit about where SharePoint 2010 has headed with regards to hosting your site for the internet and some of the ways that it now has some fantastic features that compete directly with some of the large content management systems in the internet space.
Yeah, sure. So the first thing I want to say is that SharePoint 2010 brings a lot of goodness for the WCM space, but even with SharePoint 2007, we had a lot of big customers. Ferrari.com, Volvocars.com, Kraft.com, Infosys, Kroger. There are a lot of big customers. Even Microsoft, our Microsoft.com/SharePoint site is actually running on SharePoint 2010. So there are a lot of big companies that use SharePoint and a lot more that you can check out. But with 2010, we've done a few things to actually make it even better with this release. The first is we really have built a product to deliver the best productivity experience. So whether it's a ribbon in SharePoint or the Office integration, people that author web content can have a very seamless experience. They can have a rich experience in the browser, through the client, through the phone, and really go ahead and author content. The second thing, and I look at this as IT value, is the fact that SharePoint 2010 provides a unified infrastructure that really helps people cut costs and consolidate systems. So a lot of customers that are already using SharePoint for collaboration, sharing files, doing business intelligence, or doing a bunch of things, you can expand your capabilities and your investments to WCM. So you can take advantage of the licenses you already have, the training you already have, adoption you already have, the processes you already have, and really take advantage of all that goodness.
So now it's about being able to communicate that to the online managers and the marketing people that SharePoint 2010 does actually have fantastic content management functionality for the internet.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming back to features, things like fast search integration, just absolutely fantastic to provide a fantastic fast search experience. We have rich analytics now out of the box, so you can actually see who's coming to your website, make decisions, turn around. We've taken care of all the publishing standards, so we support WCAG 2.0 AA compliance or cross-browser compliant. And boy, we have a phenomenal developer story. So we built on the progress that we've done with SharePoint 2007, where .NET application, you can use master pages. Now you can use Visual Studio to develop web parts and really get deeper customization. So there's a lot of good stuff in 2010, and I think it's going to change the way people do websites.
Now, you told us about a funny website that you go to all the time, Viacom.
Yeah.
And I hear it does have some kind of are they X-rated movies or?
No. Viacom.com runs on SharePoint, and what's fascinating is that SharePoint, that's a really good example of how SharePoint can be can be used to have a very rich media experience where content is king, digital videos are king, and a bunch of other things. And that actually is a good example of where in 2010 we actually provide out-of-the-box streaming for video. So you'll be able to add video very easily with their new media web part, connected to a WMV file, and then right out of the box you can stream this video right from SharePoint. So,
and I think that's very exciting for people.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have to have plugins, they don't have to use Flash, they don't have to use other big technology.
Especially with social media becoming a big channel for marketing. So marketers that are looking at their web presence are looking to really connect with people through video and through different channels. With SharePoint 2010, now you can just add video just like this.
So tell us about the flipbook web part that you showed at the demo.
What's being referred to is I showed an example of how sandbox solutions can be really easy to go deploy. So there's a flipbook Silverlight application. So all I did was, wrap that around a WSP, uploaded it, and then it was available on my site without involving IT. So that was really cool. It was Silverlight, it was SharePoint, it was Sandbox. And I think what's fascinating about that, I mean, flipbook aside, what's fascinating about Sandbox solutions is you can actually package those solutions and then deploy them without involving IT. So a business manager and end user can go ahead and say, hey, I want this solution. Add it, and IT can feel really good about the fact that it's safely running in their environment.
And it's kind of like being tested already, and it's not something that they have to keep testing.
Yeah, it runs in a sandbox, so you don't have to worry about it affecting your web server farm.
I think marketers are going to love that. So I noticed that when you played with the flip chart, you did write "I love Australia." So tell us a little bit about what are you going to do? Any sightseeing? Are you going to see anything in Sydney?
Yeah, I'm planning to go enjoy this beautiful winter. I still don't get how it can be cold in July. It's kind of interesting.
We live it, man.
Yeah, Christmas is on the beach, I guess. I'm planning to go to the Opera House, which you can't miss.
Oh, cool.
Walking around the city, and as long as the Microsoft folks don't keep me too busy meeting customers, I'll maybe go to Bondi Beach and watch in 40-degree weather Fahrenheit. So that should be fun. And so yeah, it is a beautiful city from what I've seen through the building. So I'm excited to see more of it outside the building.
Well, thank you very much for your time today. I hope you guys loved the interview, and we look forward to bringing you a bit more information down here at the Australian SharePoint Conference.